As we'll see from the map, you've got quite a few units, and they're pretty strong. Remember, the recommended level for this battle was 29. Odd. I mean, no surprises. You should have known he was going to be here. As a Wyvern Master, with the bow fail not, he's going to be pretty tough to take down. Watch this space later. You might wonder, what the hell is this purple light doing? If you've got online play on, that's a hint. Means that part of the battlefield will become relevant later. For now, I'm just going to reclassify my units because I was training up some other aspects. Keep everything else. Now, pay attention to who you're taking with you, because you get 11 units with you this time. And the reason why it's important to remember that you've got 11 units is because that's more people to keep an eye out for. Now, obviously, if you've lost a few people on Classic, you've lost a few people on Classic, but I've recruited almost everybody, so I have almost no trouble. Now, let's begin the fight. Victory conditions: defeat the enemy commander, which is Claude. Defeat, obviously, you lose every single unit.
Here she comes, at long last. Let the cards fall where they...
It seems Claude. Yes, if we each soul.
There are 3 taking the city.
Now this is going to be important, because these 3 gates will continually spawn units unless you take down the people guarding them. On top of that, you're going to have to contend with an army, led actually by Hilda, who also, as you might tell, has a sacred relic of her own, and will start hammering you hard if you're not prepared. Now, normally what I would like to tell you to do is everyone rush into the city, but something is going to happen here, which is nonetheless important for your units to pay attention to, because it's going to be a very big thing.
What's my strategy?
So I'm going to move
For the Empire.
Byleth, Edelgard,
Put me in there.
Caspar, Hubert, because reasons.
I'm awake.
And I'll actually keep Linhardt there. Now, Team B, which is going to consist of Ferdinand,
I will prevail.
Petra,
More fighting.
Dorothea,
Let's make this quick. I do this for all of us.
Bernadetta. Don't worry about the training lance. Lysithea. And I'm actually going to have Ingrid be right here in the middle, so she can respond to both teams.
Now it's our turn, Elmira's elite. Strike the flanks of the Imperial Army. Those fangs and claws the Alliance fears so much will...
Leave it to us, kiddo. I undefeated.
That flag and banner. Is that the Almiran army?
This is no ruse.
Take care of them quickly.
Now you see why I had a team, 2 teams in this fight. Because now, if no one's going to deal with those,
Another victory.
or shall I say the Almiran army, you're going to be hit from 2 fronts. Front and the back. And unfortunately, as you may have guessed, they're going to be hitting you hard from the back because reinforcements are constantly going to spawn unless you defeat the Almiran General, Nader, however you pronounce it. I'm really bad with names here. Now, the reason why Ingrid's in the middle is because it's easier for her. Do watch the archers, though, if you're using Ingrid that way. Ingrid can easily intercept any of the units who are flying and may attack enemy units who are in this part of the city. Of course, like everybody else, you're gonna have to make your way up. But it's important that you make your way up. Now, if you're wondering if these two teams will ever join together if you need help, yes, they will. That's what these two bridges are for. And by extension, a third bridge, although this is far more. These two are far more important if you want to deal with Claude. Now, it may not seem like a whole lot having two teams split to the side. You might think, hey, wouldn't it be really helpful if Bernadetta was also in the first team? Not necessarily, because what I need is someone who can take out the wyverns, who will most likely be flying down this end of the map anyway. Bernadetta's with this part of the team, as she's my archer, so she can take down the flying wyverns guard the ships.
Might makes right.
Edelgard will also move up. Then Hearts won't remain in the rear, because it's not wise for him to overextend himself. Well, my Byleth is powerful enough to take on almost any enemy. Hilda is actually quite strong. Do be careful here, despite... Despite what this battle is going to look like, Hilda's actually pretty strong, so don't underestimate her.
All is going to plan. I must lead them well. All is going to plan.
Don't worry, this was supposed to happen.
Watch and learn.
Pretty good, huh?
You'll see now that because the wyverns are focused on Ingrid, because she was able to fly there, it's a lot easier for her to intercept them instead of having to take unnecessary risks of the wyverns being able to fly and navigate around your units if they were boxed in.
The Elmyran reinforcements keep coming.
Now, that is a very important sign from Hubert, which basically means as long as you don't take out this guy right here, you're going to get more wyvern units spawning to the sides here. And occasionally a knight or two, depending on how long you let things... Well, how long you don't take out the opposition. Now, obviously, it's more optimal if you can to rush Claude, but... The problem with that logic is that these units will start to slowly overwhelm you if you're unprepared. And that's really not a situation that you ever want to be a part of. For a lot of reasons.
I'll be home again soon.
By the way, the wyverns are also weak to magic and bows. So, if you have your mages, I've got Dorothea and Lysithea. They're in the back, but they'll provide a much better offense against the wyverns because of their natural tendencies to be weak to magic. They're pretty tough, as you can tell. Like, Ingrid is about, what? Nearly... about 10 levels higher, and she's still not able to finish them off, even with some pretty powerful weapons. So that should be your first clue that they're not as easy to take down as one might believe.
I'm impressed.
Actually, Edelgard could take out Hilda. but just because I was provoked into it. Because Hilda's a major character, taking her down here is going to spawn a cutscene.
Hilda! Why didn't you retreat?
Yeah, reasons. There probably wasn't really a need to do that, but never hurts to heal people.
I'm gonna do it! A little scratch won't stop me.
Now, see, that's the reason you need to start paying attention to the Almiran units, because they will start coming at a fast rate if you can't take them out quickly enough. Fortunately, once most of your units have boarded, it shouldn't be too difficult to take them down. And if you have team number 2 here, the benefit as well is that it becomes a lot harder for the Wyverns to start interfering with your team on the outside, or the team that's currently in town. Now, I'm actually going to do a little bit of, yeah, these guys really needed horses. I'm going to do a bit of divide and conquer here. Remember, you also have these 3 gatekeepers. I had to get Edelgard back to avoid killing them too quickly. That will provide additional reinforcements if you're not taking them out. So, really, make it a priority to take out these gatekeepers.
Your death is not in vain.
Otherwise, you can probably imagine what it's going to be like having the Wyverns and then town reinforcements to deal with, on top of Hilda and other offensive individuals. Now, I'm actually not going to provoke the Wyverns, because that's just going to get Ingrid surrounded. I'm going to have her slowly move up with the team.
This is the cost of war.
It's been 30-odd time to get clever.
I must lead them.
Byleth is always going to kick ass no matter the game. But, remember, always be careful of the Wyverns. They're actually really strong. The Almiran army is nothing to laugh at, even if your characters are very powerful. So, always remember to take care.
I live, I fight.
Now, until you beat the general, nothing's changing. But in this case, to make some characters a bit more relevant, I'm going to show you the benefit of bringing Archer on. More damage. He's going to need a little bit more than that, so we'll take him down with a meteor.
Sorry, kiddo.
You've done enough, Nadir.
We have forced the Almiran.
Nadir. That was his name. Why did I even bother mentioning that? Anyways, once that has happened, the Almiran reinforcements will stop coming in. Plain English means as long as you pick off the remaining units, no more Wyvern soldiers will respawn. And that's really helpful.
No time for pity.
I'm glad I can count on you.
Now, beware of flying units, because I don't need to mention this, but Claude is an archer. And that means he's really, really good at picking off long-range units. Did I forget to mention that Claude is an archer?
boon for our future.
Now the archers will understandably attack and almost pick off any unit that comes their way. This is Claude's, how should I say, A team.
Don't try and stop me. Who's
So
next?
be careful of the archers as they come in. Don't forget to wrap up the reinforcements that may arrive here.
I'll do what it takes.
We don't have the guts to resist it here.
I never planned to touch the city.
And that'll be your reward for taking out all of those units. Now, you could safely take out the remaining units, but, I mean, also trying to keep in mind that you've got more problems to deal with if you don't take them out. This is really a belly.
This is the cost of war.
Now, I'm actually going to position Ferdinand there so we can catch anyone coming out. Ingrid's actually not going to be very helpful
Each battle a victory.
when they're out, especially because Claude is most likely going to be able to take her out. Hey, even on normal, casual, and being a scrub, I am still going to be taking care of my units as best as I can. So I'm actually going to put her a little bit behind. I'm going to put her over here where the cities are. My way
I must
here.
lead them well.
Well, I'm basically going to have my main character take down Claude. Now, there are different options depending on how Claude is taken down. I mean, different conversations. If you have Edelgard talk to Claude, or the Professor talk to Claude, you'll get different responses. Now, notice that Claude's attack range is actually quite large, meaning he can hit you almost any place that's not a wall. And if you're stupid enough to bring your flyer to a wall, he will take them out. So do be careful if you're trying to get your units around Claude that you don't accidentally put one of them into his attack range. But in this case, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Teach. No point in whining about.
Maybe in a new game plus I'll take Claude. But for now, I'll end the fight. And that is that.
Enough.
Do you yield then?
Well, I can't just surrender. If you're as smart as you seem, I bet you figured out. Wouldn't it be better to let me go?
Now, you can have the option to spare or kill Claude. I'm going to spare him
Thank
this
you,
time.
Professor. I will return your.
There's no point killing Claude, and I actually try to keep this as bloodless as possible.
Raise your...
Fight of capturing Derdriu is really all about dealing with reinforcements quickly before they start becoming a problem. As long as you can do that, making your way towards Claude should not be difficult. Just make sure you attend to the boats as soon as possible. Make sure that you've got archers and mages able to take down the wyverns, and at least one knight or frontline fighter to tank the damage in the meantime. And you should be good. That is the Capturing Derdriu walkthrough in a nutshell. Please subscribe if you liked this video. There will be more like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.